Hey guys, Frosted Knives here, and we are 3 days away from WWE's next pay-per-view, special event. I don't believe they call them pay-per-views anymore. Extreme Rules this Sunday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you at Extreme Rules. And here to do my prediction video for the card, we're going to run down the matches, and I'm going to give you my predictions of what I think is going to happen this Sunday at Extreme Rules. So right now we'll start with the pre-show. The pre-show match just announced last week. El Torito versus Hornswoggle in the first ever WLC match. Now I'm guessing you're going to see mini ladders, mini tables, mini chairs. Everything will be mini. Mini me's, mini wrestlers. I'm not really sure what to expect in this match. But I kind of know why the WWE is doing it. This is a feel-good match, a happy match, a match where you see a bunch of little people running around and whacking each other with tiny chairs. There are some matches in Extreme Rules that are going to be heavy, that are going to be filled with emotion, that are going to be creepy and brutal and whatnot. So this is a good way for the WWE to get the fans in a good mood and kind of a feel-good atmosphere before they lambaste them with all the stuff that's going to happen. And it's just one of those comedic, crowd-pleasing matches that people like. I'm going to go with Hornswoggle for the win on this one. I kind of like my boy Hornswoggle a little more than El Torito. So, Hornswoggle for the win in the first ever WLC match on the pre-show. And next up we have the triple threat match between Rob Van Dam, Jack Swagger, and Cesaro. Cesaro really needs to put this Swagger feud to rest. He really needs to just go in there, win the match, put Swagger and Coulter behind him, and focus his attention on something worth his time. Something like going after the World Heavyweight Championship, having a feud with Bryan. But we need to get rid of this feud. We need to get rid of the dead weight. We need to move Cesaro forward, past Swagger, and past all of this real American stuff, and let him and Heyman get on with propelling Cesaro up the card. I think it'll probably be a good match, good technical match, a lot of spots, a lot of high-flying issues, but in the end, Cesaro for the win. Next up, we have Alexander Rusev, or as I like to call him, Ryback 2.0, in a handicap match against R-Truth and Xavier Woods. And this is just a glorified squash match. Rusev is going to win. He's going to squash. Rusev is following the same path that Ryback followed when they were pushing him as a monster heel. Putting him in squash matches. Putting him in handicap squash matches. Putting him on pay-per-view and having him run amok. Let's hope that the WWE doesn't fumble the ball with Rusev the way they did with Ryback. Push him too early, and all of the air goes out of his push, and he falls flat on his face. But at the end of this night, the Bulgarian Brute is just going to squash Truth and Woods and move on to other things. Hopefully they'll take it slow with Ryback 2.0. Next up, the Divas Championship. Paige, the current champion, versus Tamina Snuka. Now, here is something I don't say every day. A woman's match that I'm actually looking forward to. I am a big fan of Paige. I like her work at NXT. I am especially impressed by her Scorpion Crosslock, that submission move that she does. She is very good in the ring. She's very good at what she does. Lots of good moves. She's got everything that she needs to be a good champion. And here we have Tamina Snuka, a good contender. And this is a good test of what she can do at a pay-per-view in sort of a high-caliber match. I don't see the title changing hands, either by hook or by crook. Paige is going to walk out of Extreme Rules as the Divas champion. She's either going to pin Tamina clean, make her submit to her Scorpion crosslock, or AJ or somebody else is going to get Tamina disqualified and Paige will retain the... So, yeah, this is what's going to happen. I think that it's going to be a decent match, but at the end of the night, Paige will walk out the way she walked in, still your Divas champion. The same, I don't think, can be said about the next match on the card. The Intercontinental Championship match between Big E Langston and Bad News Barrett. And I'm sorry, Big E, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news. And the bad news is I think you're going to be walking out of Extreme Rules a lot less heavy than you were going in. You're going to be missing a couple of pounds of gold. That's right. I think Bad News Barrett, with the push that he's been getting, is going to capture his 4th Intercontinental Championship. It'll probably be a good match, but let's face it, Barrett's on a roll, and they have been pushing him with all of his segments and his promos. They push him on the JBL and Cole show. They've been pushing him at pay-per-views. He got a standing ovation or got a really good response at the Hall of Fame. Barrett is in the middle of a giant push right now, and the great way to cap it off would be for him to win gold at Extreme Rules, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He is going to be your new Intercontinental Champion. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in a steel cage match, supposedly to keep Rowan and Harper out of the match. This storyline is going down a dark path, and I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm seeing all the creepiness that Bray Wyatt can bring coming out and bringing the darkness to this storyline. I mean, let's face it, there's nothing creepier than a bunch of children in sheep masks surrounding a ring singing a very creepy religious song. That's just chilling. What is good for business, though? What is good for business? And if the WWE wants to continue with this feud, which I think they should, because I think this feud is just picking up momentum, this feud could last a couple of more pay-per-views. Bray Wyatt needs to go over. He cannot lose to John Cena. He cannot lose 2 pay-per-views in a row. He needs to win. Bray Wyatt needs this win. And he needs to beat Cena in the middle of a cage. However it happens, Bray Wyatt has to come out on top if they have any chance of keeping the momentum going with this storyline. He has to. So my prediction is that everyone's going to be following the buzzards, and Bray Wyatt is going to win over John Cena. WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, Daniel Bryan against his former tag team partner in Kane. Brutal beatdowns on Raw. Brutal things have been going on. Kane popping out of the ring like a weird jack in the box. It's probably going to be a decent match. There's a lot that Bryan can do, a lot that Bryan can carry. He's probably going to carry the majority of the match, but no one really believes that Bryan is going to lose the title this close to having a monumental win at WrestleMania. It'll probably be really good. It'll probably be extreme. Things will happen, and it'll get violent and edgy and all the stuff that they can do within a PG era. But at the end of the night, Daniel Bryan will retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and hopefully go on to another feud, possibly with Cesaro. And the final match on the card, which I'm thinking may be the main event, The Shield versus Evolution. And this could be a decent match. Triple H played the role at WrestleMania, and he put over Bryan. He lost clean to Bryan. He tried to interfere in the main event, and he couldn't do it. And Bryan got a monumental push, and Bryan became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion to a huge pop. So Triple H did what was best for business at WrestleMania, and that's what he's doing again. He's putting the Shield over, having the Shield go up against the most one of the most dominant factions in the WWE, and Triple H and Evolution is going to help propel the Shield into the main event. Even bigger stars than they already are. Now, that doesn't mean that the Shield is going to win, because I don't believe the Shield is going to win. I believe Evolution is going to win by hook or by crook, dirty. Something's going to happen, a chair shot, a ref bump, I don't know. But I think at the end of the night, Evolution is going to walk out as the winners of the match. But it's not really about winning and losing at this point. What it is about is Evolution elevating a new set of young talent, and just the fact that the Shield are going to go up against Evolution in what will probably be the main event of the pay-per-view means that Triple H is once again doing what he does. It's best for business, and he's putting the new stars and the new talent and his NXT little project he's putting it over. But at the end of the night, my prediction is that Evolution will once again go over the Shield, and how that will shake out at the next pay-per-view, we'll wait and see. But overall, I like the card. I think this is a solid card for Extreme Rules. There aren't any matches that I think are throwaway matches. There aren't any matches that I would just not watch. I think they've done a good job building it, or as best of a job as they could. I think it's got a lot of momentum coming off the post-WrestleMania hype. And I actually think that this pay-per-view, this special event, is going to deliver, and is going to deliver big. And I think it actually will probably be one of the better pay-per-views of the year. Time will tell. It's hard to follow WrestleMania. It's hard to follow all the shocks and turmoils and tumbles of the WrestleMania 30 season. But I think Extreme Rules is shaping up to be a really good follow-up to what was a very excellent WrestleMania season. Those are my predictions, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.